Okay, I think we're live. If we're live and we're operational, give me a hi in the chat, guys. I think it's working. Never know with stuff. I don't trust technology anymore. It's just proving to keep messing up on me. Who we got in the chat today for live stream 21? I'm going to base this one on the Lost Marathon, which was my marathon that just, got lost with this thing. I recovered it from, well, it's been through a lot, this thing. I'm going to chuck it on there for the time being. I'm not happy with it. Let's say hi to everybody that's here. Well, Mohammed's in here. He's the first to be in the chat. We've got Rob Weatherall. Hi, Rob. Chris McLean's here. We got Cameron McBride. He's in sunny Los Angeles. It's a bit nippy out there here today, Cameron. It's a bit chilly, it has to be said. Steve A is here. He says, are your legs sore after today's effort? Steve, I even managed to go and do a bit of strimming this afternoon. I actually trimmed the grass. Legs are feeling pretty good, actually. I've got to say, Steve, thank you. Books up here. Going to be a bit of light reading later on. Perhaps once Fergus has gone to bed. Although I may end up just falling asleep quite easily today, I think. Chris McLean, it says, only here for the post-marathon food chat. There's some pizzas on the way, Chris, I think. We've got pizzas incoming. We've got Matthew Lucas is here. He says, even Noel ran his first marathon today. Well done, buddy. I'm in that club too. 3:54 solo. Fantastic, buddy. Excellent stuff. Not the time we wanted, but there's always next time. It's still good, man. It's getting the miles in there. It's not an easy thing. I have to say, it's not an easy thing. I will get to the marathon in a moment. Le Arbres is here. Says hello, fellow runners. Joe Mullins in the house. Joe, sorry the other day for the live stream cancellation. It was not going to happen, put it that way. There's lots of stuff going on. It just didn't quite happen. Rob Weatherall's in the house. We have, who else here? Matthew Lucas looking for his watch data. Stephen C, 1984, buying shoes. No, I'm here now. Christian says, greetings from rainy Austria. No rain today, fortunately, here. It's been dry, which was good. Taj is here. He says, hello, is the watch still breathing? It's just about still breathing, but it's not going to be used for any tracking of runs ever again. That's it. It's burnt its bridges. It's blotted its copybook. It's 3 strikes. It's out on that one. Lucas says, EDDBUD, I am here. Frank is here. Stevie76 is here. Roy Orion is here. David Reed. We've got Andrea, Carlos, Chris Morgan. Ash is here from Yeovil. How you doing, buddy? Michael Sessler is in the house. Michael, I'm pleased that you are joining us today. Thank you for your support. Dan Salvaz is here. Jonathan G. Oh man, there's a lot of people here. We've got Cameron McBride. So I've said hi to Cameron. Jacob Reese is here. He says if it's not on Strava. Oh man, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you the story in a sec, Jacob. We've got Dave 243. Ben Vaughan is here. Lol Monster 87 with the super chat. Thanks very much for that. He's got the cat on there as well. The Beast. The Beast is there. I'll tell you, when I came in from the marathon, the Beast was really pleased to see me. It just sort of kept examining my shoes and sort of headbutting me, and it was really pleased that I was back. I think it was a bit lonely. Word is out, says, what happened today, Ed? I'll get to that in just a sec. Cole is here. We got Kev Burmaster's here. Thanks, Kev. I was thinking of you, Kev, on mile 25. I was thinking about you going. Kev would be saying, come on, remember the form. That was hard. It was hard going by that point. John Basinski is in the house. My brother, John Basinski. He's not my brother, he's my cousin, but he's my brother. Do you know what I mean? John Basinski is here. Steve A, he says, get the Garmin 245. Excellent watch. I'm going to probably do a poll, actually, Steve, and I'm going to give a load of requirements and say, what do you think I should get, guys? Because, you know, I like some tunes, perhaps some smart integration. You know, I like my data and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to see what people think is the ideal watch for me, and I'm just going to go and buy it. That's what I'm going to do. No messing about. We're almost up to speed on everybody. I think Joseph's here. He's saying, talking about the next percent, the Tempo next percent. Oh, I really love the Tempo next percent. I still love it. Tim Gross asks, let's get to it actually. Let's get into the marathon now. Tim Gross asks, the right shoes. Yes, I think I chose the right shoes today, Tim. There wasn't any rain, no moisture out there. But the fit was great. I used some new socks. I know you shouldn't do this. People will be like, Ed, what on earth were you doing? But new socks. I tested out a couple of times, so I knew that they were going to be okay, from Adidas. And they were beautiful fit. It was like really comfortable, like Chewbacca was just sort of caressing your foot as you were running. And that felt like that the whole way. I've got to say, the socks were stonkingly good. The next percent felt really great. The main issue I had round about, it must have been around about mile 17 to 18. Literally my right hip was not 100%. That went away after a little while. It was all down to strength at the end. I need to do some strengthening. Possibly the upper part of my legs. That was the only issue I had. I'm not in any pain now. I feel really great. No blisters, nothing at all. I feel really good to get a marathon under my belt today. Just running solo. I finished in 3 hours 23, which I was really pleased about. It would have been a little faster. I came off the pace round about mile 18. I dropped to about 7:45, and I've been hitting 7:30 all the way up to that point. I just started to drop off a little bit of fatigue set in. No mental sort of issues really. I was quite enjoying myself out there. I was chatting to some people as they were going by, and some dogs were running with me. I saw a squirrel, so that's always a good thing. It's always a bonus when you see a squirrel out there. It was in a trading estate, so I'm not entirely sure why the squirrel was there, but he was certainly enjoying himself. He was running about, and cars were sort of screeching to a halt so they didn't hit the squirrel, and it's kind of quite humorous really when you think about it. But yeah, it was good. It was good. I enjoyed it. I think got the nutrition kind of right. I had a makeshift sort of stop-off station near the house, so I could grab some more drink. I had some of the Science and Sport mix ready, so I could just refill a little bottle I had with me, like a little hip bottle, and grab a couple of extra gels, so I wasn't carrying all of them around with me through the whole thing. So it was like an out and back, 10 miles out and back, and then another one, and then another 6 to finish off. So yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. I really did. No music, just thoughts, and I think it showed some good mental strength. I was really pleased with it. Sadly, we got to the completion, and as I used the iSmooth Run app, as it was telling me that I'd completed the run, I did it to 26.3, so it was just over, which I thought was a good thing to do. It started to give me the audio update, so it said, oh, run completed, 26.3 miles, and then it stopped and the watch screen went black and it rebooted. And at that point, there was two ladies walking some dogs, and I let out a audible sort of cry, basically. And it was very apparent that the watch, it hadn't, obviously I didn't even get the opportunity to save the run. At that point you're pretty upset, because you've run a marathon and you're kind of really pleased with yourself for like 10 seconds. And then of course you realise that there's probably some evidence there on the watch somewhere. So the watch came off. I tried to smash the watch up because I was so upset. It's really bad. I shouldn't have done that. It was a fruitless activity anyway, because you guys know how soft the Next Percent is. The Zoom X foam. It's not designed for watch destruction. You couldn't put a nail into the wall with this thing. It's just not gonna happen. I then threw the watch into a field full of cows. The cows fortunately were in the upper part, I think. I then went into the field to try and find it. Yeah, it all went a bit strange for a few minutes, but I was alright after a while. I was okay. I came to terms with the fact I'd done it. I know I'd done it. Fortunately, I managed to see what the average pace was, which gave me a very good understanding of the amount of time. I saw the time, the average pace, but everything else I lost. So cadence, heart rate, I had a big problem with the watch and my Polar OH1 today. It just didn't seem to attach. It was giving me all sorts of weird heart rate data that was just completely bizarre. About 730 per mile pace. I tend to be around about somewhere between 140, 146, 147 beats per minute. It was giving me all sorts of weird info that wasn't anywhere near where I knew that I was in terms of the effort level that I was putting in. So that was a bit confusing. That kind of put me off a lot. So I had to kind of push that to the side out of my mind. I didn't want to mess about with my watch while I was running. I wanted to try and keep a reasonable, consistent tempo. And yeah, it just really fouled things up for me today. And then right at the end, it totally fouled it up. But hey, these things happen. There's nothing I can do about that. Yeah. There's nothing I can do about it. I can cry about it. I can get upset about it. It's not going to help. So let's just put that to the side. It's done. Did it. Happy. It's good. Let's see. We've got lots and lots of comments here. So Kev says ran his first 29 miler yesterday. Tried to keep to sub 3, but no dice. 6:35 pace. Man, that's good. So Joe knows the story of the watch now. He knows the story of the watch. The long story. Let's try and get through some of the comments here. There are so many comments here. Right, so Frank Tan says, hey Ed, what about a room tour where you give us an overview of all your shoes? Greetings from Berlin. Awesome. What I think I'm going to do is a 3 or 4, it's maybe even 5-part video. I'm going to go through all the shoes that are currently in the archive. So do look out for that one, Frank, in the possibly quite near future. Christoph says, hi Ed, greetings from rainy and cold Switzerland. 2 weeks to taper. Awesome. So he's on the marathon taper. Glad you got some racing going on over there, Christoph. That's good news. My man, Kev Burton, says the Phoenix 5 is the one I should go for. Phoenix from the Flames, that reminds me of. Phoenix from the Flames in Fantasy Football League. Adrian says, good evening from Ipswich. Congrats on the marathon. Thank you very much, Adrian. Elliot Jackson says, hi Ed, I hope you're having a lovely Sunday Eve. I am. I'm pleased with myself, actually, from getting out and strimming the grass out the back, because it really needed doing. And yeah, marathon and grass strimming in one day. The power of EDDBUD is probably just about exhausted now. I think there isn't much more. Rasmus is from Denmark. Hello. Go slow to go fast says, what about Koros? Seeing decent reviews. Yeah, there does seem to be some good reviews on that one. Steve G says, well done, Ed. Thanks, buddy. I think he's got some next percents on there, possibly, in the icon. Yeah, the features are fun. I want some nice features. Kev Burton says, get a Phoenix. So everyone's saying the Phoenix up to now. Go slow to go fast says, yeah, it's an Apple Watch 2, but I haven't had any real problems with it until the recent update. I updated it recently, and it's just been a nightmare since then. So I think it's Apple's way of saying, come on, EDDBUD, put your hand in your pocket, get your pocketbook out, and spend some cash on a new watch. And Mrs. EDDBUD, it said it's okay. She even sent me some links to watches. I mean, that's a good sign. That is a good sign. Basil15 says, what's this stream about? It's about EDDBUD venting his thoughts on how his kind of watch fouled up a little bit. But it's cool. It's fine. We're over it now. Andrea says the Polar Vantage V. I've got a big list now. A lot of people have said the Garmin 945 as well. Lee Leggett, he's a long-term viewer of the channel, and a great runner as well. Really good athlete. He did mention about the 945 to me earlier on. Lee is a fast guy. Back fam. Oh man, back. He says, congrats on the run. If you had energy rods, you kept the technology alive. I think the energy rods would have actually enabled me to destroy the watch actually back, because the rods, you know, how close they are to the outsole. I think they would have crushed the watch. But fortunately, the watch it's still operational as a watch, you know. But it's not going to be doing any more tracking. Not for me. Not for me. I've got a little way around that at the moment, because you've probably seen these. I did pick up the Under Armour Hover Machiner. So I'll probably use these for some nice slow efforts this week, and I can use my phone just to grab the data from that and tell me what I need to improve on, because I left all of the audio things on when I tried that the other day, and there was just this lady in my headphones telling me what I should do and what I shouldn't do, and it was very odd. It was an odd experience. It's interesting though. It's a fun thing to try out with you know, a shoe with Bluetooth. It's very odd. 945 with Stride. Oh, that's going to set me back a lot of cash though, lol monster. Maybe I'll get a Stride as well. That'll be harder to get around Mrs. EDDBUD though. Kevin Scott says you moved from Garmin to Polar and went back to Garmin. Garmin's just the best all round. Oh, okay. Yeah, a lot of people like Polar watches, but yeah, this everybody's in the club's been suggesting Garmin watches for me. That is a good, Rory. That's a good thing. I like that feature, that if the Garmin's turn off mid-run, it saves the run. Yeah, it was like that, Cameron. The socks were that good. 955 will be out in 6 months or so. Oh, I can't wait that long. I need a new machine ASAP. We need a new machine ASAP. Adidas, they should use that in their marketing material. I'm going to get another pair of those socks. They are beautiful. Especially, I think they'll be good in cold weather as well. It was really, really nice. Joe Stables, anyone in the chat have advice on Vaporfly next percent sizing? I personally went up half a size, because with the size 11, the green originals I had, Joe, they were a little bit too short. I felt my feet just kind of cramming up into the front, especially on longer runs as well, when your feet expand a little bit. So the half size up for me was okay. Stephen says, what was the course like elevation leap? So that typical 10-mile test leap that I did, it's basically 2 of those plus another relatively flat 6 miles. So there's some decent elevation there. It's kind of elevation up to 5 miles and then a little downhill and then again the same again basically. So there would have been some decent elevation there, and only one kind of loop. Was there a dead stop loop back? No, I think there was a reasonable loop, so I managed to keep things rolling pretty well. Orange Goblin says, good evening, Budmeister, from the flats of Lincolnshire. You are unique among the tubers. Well, one of the things that I really like in life is where people are just themselves. I just try and be me here. No messing around. I just try and be myself. I think that's a really good thing. All the musicians and artists that I really love, they're just themselves, you know. I think that's an important thing. I'm glad you enjoy the channel. Ben Y says he almost kicked an unleashed dog. Yeah, that almost happened today, Ben, actually. There was this tiny chihuahua type thing, and I was getting closer and closer towards it, and I had this terrible vision of me kind of, you know, bringing my leg back and just sending this poor little guy flying. You know, I didn't want to injure him, so fortunately he kind of stayed. He just sort of froze in the middle of the pavement, and I managed to get around him. Poor little guy. I think Kev's probably right that something important to note, Joe, is that I fall right at the end of Nike's size 11. Certain shoes are great and they're fine in an 11. For example, I'm wearing the LeBron 17s at the moment because they just feel really nice under feet. I just needed some cushion, and those are stupendously cushioned with the double AirPods in the forefoot and then a massive air unit in the back. They're just really nice. It's like I'm kind of walking on top of some a little bit of Play-Doh and some cheese, like some dough, like a pizza really. It's just like, yeah, it's nice. I'm liking that vibe. It's good. So I fall right on the end of the size 11 there. So you might be all right, true to size. Listen to Mr. Burmaster and go slow to go fast. They've got it. Kevin Scott says it is the Under Armour Machiner. I'll tell you, it's a serious piece of equipment. That it's very heavy. In my size, I think it was 350 grams. It's big stuff. You know, it's only a little bit lighter than the I've lost the name. The name's gone. The name has completely disappeared. The Tailwind 79s. It's only a tiny bit lighter than those. Kev says, what was my pacing strategy today? Kev, I went out looking for about 7 minutes 30 per mile, and I was doing great, just to a certain point, and then it's about leg strength. It wasn't anything to do aerobically. I was feeling great in terms of that. It just started to fall away a little bit. The last 6 miles weren't that bad. I managed to pick up a little bit then. And I remember looking, and I'd pushed it back to about 740 per mile. But then the last mile, it was hard. That was really tough. Really tough. I just about had it by then, so I'm pretty happy really. Just solo, just going out solo. I was really pleased with it. Let's try and pick up with some of the people quite intrigued by the Under Armour shoe. Yeah, it's a heavy shoe, Kev. It really is. It is a heavy shoe. I'm going to need to do some leg strengthening. Harry Hughes says buying a Garmin in the morning. I think that might well be what I'm doing. Kevin Scott says if it did record the marathon, it never really happened, and I've got to do it again. I might do it again in a couple of weeks, you know, maybe three weeks, something like that. Depends if we go into a full-on lockdown over here in the UK again. Could happen. Stefan says, but anyway, congrats. Thank you. Tim Platt says, hey Ed, hope you and your family are well. We are doing very well. Thank you for asking, Tim. New half marathon PR on the speeds today. Not felt that good since I laced up at the Diodora Seb Coes. Oh, amazing. In about 1980. At approximately 6 years old. Cool, man. Oh, well done on the PR today, Tim. Awesome stuff. Taj says, I like Tim's review on the Garmin track run feature. This is very eye for track middle distance athletes. Yeah, it's very seldom I get to do some track stuff at the moment, Taj. There is a track session for my club on Fridays, but I know they've only got certain numbers of people that can do it there due to the sort of contact tracing at the moment. CCG says, Garmin 245M, job done. Luke Acourt is in the house. How you doing, Luke? Run Frankfurt's here from Germany. Thanks for joining us. Much appreciated. Tim Platt says, what were your favourite trainers when you were a kid? The ones I always wanted were the Jordan 5s, the Fire Red Jordan 5s, but I wasn't able to get those. They were just too expensive and too difficult to get hold of back then. My favourite trainers when I was a kid, and I wore them into the ground, were my high-tech Robert Rosario football trainers. They were a beautiful thing. They had blue and yellow stripes on the tongue. I remember they were a great shoe. Or maybe like the Sambas, Adidas Sambas. I had loads of pairs of those. You can get some good curl on the ball, especially if you had a rubberized ball. With the end of the Sambas, you could really whip your foot around them and get a bit of curl on the ball. Sambas were good hard-wearing shoes as well. Lee Summer says, good evening, Ed. First run today following COVID positive test. Oh, crikey. Slightly slower than normal, but tempo next percent perform well. Awesome. I hope you're well on the road to recovery there, Lee. It's a thing that, it can really affect people in the, not the long run, but I mean in the health in terms of the long run. Not something I'm going to joke about there. Go slow. Yeah, I'll have another go soon, guys. Yeah, that's a good goal. 3:15 would be cool to just bring it down a little bit. I think I can do that. Run Frankfurt's running the virtual New York Marathon this Saturday. Best of luck with that. I hope you smash it. Mohammed says the 245. You can't go wrong. There's quite a lot of people into that one. Joe Mellon says go with the industry leader and you won't go wrong. Get a Garmin. Kevin says go sub 3. Well, maybe sometime. Chris Morgan. That is some very, very good advice there. A good sign. Happy wife, happy life. It is true. Harry Hughes, the 645 music is only 200 notes. Right now from Argos. Had it 2 weeks and he loves it. Awesome. Well, I'll check that one out. I've got to do some Argos purchasing later on for my older daughter. She's She's after something, some tech. And she always comes to Dad, you know, because Dad knows his stuff on tech. It's probably Dad's got the funds, probably. That's more like it. Luca says, I'm having so much fun with Amazfit Stratos 2. The Stratos. I like that. Wasn't there a type of aftershave? Blue Stratos. Yeah. Run Frankfurt, just get a Rolex now since Mr. EDDBUD is okay with a new watch. Carlos says the Phoenix 5 or 6. And Richard Rendell says he's got the Phoenix 5. He's even got preloaded maps on it. Interesting. Steve A, always good when you get authority to purchase. It is a good thing. Yeah, the 323. I was happy with that. I was happy with that. The last mile was that probably cost me a little bit. It cost me a little bit because it was just getting tough then. Strange. All the others up to that point were okay. It was fine. I'd even started to make up some of the time back, but that last little bit. Oh. Oh. Tim says the 945's his go-to watch too. Oh, guys, there's so many things here. David says, hi Ed, how you doing? Ben Y, what a strange time that you need to remember to charge your shoes. I don't think you can charge these. There's not any, not that I'm aware of. I don't think there's a charging thing. Not that I know of. If you guys know a bit more about them, let me know. Steve says, well done. He just jumped on Strava. He's back from his long run. He's dead now. Yeah, I'm not feeling too bad, you know. I'm feeling all right. I want some pizza. I want some pizza and some sci-fi. That'll sort me out. Per is here. How you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. He says iPhone, the OH1 and the Garmin 645. I've got so many numbers now in my mind. There's Stratoses and there's Phoenixes. Oh, there's too many. There's too many things. Stefan says, EDDBUD, but where would you run your next marathon? I would really like to run a marathon. I think in I'd really like to run a marathon in Holland, maybe at like Amsterdam. That'll be cool. Or Spain. I really need to go over to Spain. It's been a long time since I've been to Spain. I spent a lot of time in Spain about sort of 15 or so years ago when I was DJing. I used to play at some really big festivals over there. Some really great times, some beautiful places. Yeah, it'd be nice to get back over there. Cameron says, if I'm unsure about going into the Garmin waters, try a refurbished model. That's a few fewer Earth credits. Saving some Earth credits is always a good thing, Cameron. That's a good suggestion, and I thank you for putting that up. Victor says, hi Ed, congratulations on the marathon. Thank you, sir. You ran the Chicago Virtual Half. Once I finished it, the watch self-reset. Oh no. Yeah, I know how you feel, buddy. I know how you feel. He feels the pain. Oh. Yeah, that's kind of it. That's exactly what I had. It just reset itself, and it was not a good thing. Kev says, good attitude over the lost race. I cried over a lost park run. Oh, the last mile, I was just thinking about little Fergus, you know, just like get through, get it done. His little face, you know, he'd be like, gotta do it for that little guy. So it was cool. It's all right. Things like that happen. You know, I know I did it. I know I did it. So it's in here. It's kind of like when you take pictures of stuff that's going on, or you go to a gig and you got video in it and stuff like that. It's in here. The stuff's in there, the important stuff. it was a nice autumnal day for running. It was just spot on temperature, I have to say. It was just right. Got the Rincon 2s. Oh, Mano, enjoy those. And the Fleet Foxes on the stereo up the toffies. I didn't know that, Mano, that Everton are looking to have a brand new stadium. It looks really cool as well. It's kind of like almost coming out of where the dock area is in Liverpool. It could be really incredible. Andy Seals here. He says, hello, Mr. EDDBUD. Go slow to go fast. Ed, try the Hoka recovery slides. Harder the run, the better they feel. I have got some of the Deckers Lab stuff. One of those shoes is really nice actually for recovery, but the LeBron 17s are working for me right now. They're really working the backs of my legs. I feel good. Taj says the 935 gave me a weird tracking in the 4-kilometre open swim. Oh, not doing any swimming right now. No, really, Taj, too cold. Only for the real, really sort of what's the word? What word am I looking for? The people who are not susceptible dive. It would be far too cold for me in the sea. I guess that's what you meant. Andy Seals just got himself some Nova Blasts from the original pair that I got when they first came out. Toe box was lower and the run was better. That's a good thing. The toe box was high in my Nova Blasts. The some of the more recent ASIC stuff has just been very sort of generous in terms of the upper material. Let's hope that they rein it back a little bit. We're starting to catch up with some of these now. Cole says the Forerunner 945 in for Runner's Polar Vantage V2 if you like data and conceivable with heart rate. New Apple Watch Nike big jump between a 2 and 6. That's frustration when it comes to music. Yeah, the music kind of was okay, always worked okay, but just recently it's just been really odd in its behaviour. I think maybe it's just a bit old. It's just had it. Robin says, hi Ed, nice to see a live stream again. Yeah, it's good to have these live streams back. I really did miss doing those. Amado is in the house. Awesome, good to see you there, soul brother. I'll tell you what, I was liking the looks of those new shoes that you picked up, Amado. The SL, the 72. It's almost like a Samba bottom outsole on there. They look really nice. Really like the look of that one. Some nice selections there. Andy Seal says he got the Phoenix. Is it Phoenix 6? And cost an arm and a leg. Yeah, it does look like a serious piece of machinery, that though. Like it's been forged using Thor's hammer. You know, it really does look like a proper piece of kit. Matt Monday says he loves the videos. Glad to catch a stream. Thanks for tuning in, Matt. I appreciate it. I really do. Don't go the 645 if you want the latest functions and full stride support. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll do a sort of DC Rainmaker a binge and just watch loads and loads of his videos. They're really good, actually. DC Rainmaker's stuff is really good. You can use up a lot of time watching DC Rainmaker videos. Zibic New Macau says, any recommendation for a waterproof running cap? What is the one on your head, Ed? This one is it's a Tailwind, I think it's called. I've got a few of these. I wouldn't say they're particularly waterproof. They're just quite vented, so I quite like wearing them if it's a little cold outside, because, you know, old EDDBUD's not got quite as much hair as he used to have, so it just keeps my head a little warmer. Although today I just used my Halo headband, ditched the hat straight away. It was just too nice out there, too warm, and the Halo headband was fine. Kind of gross. You keep having to take it off occasionally and give it a bit of a squeeze to get rid of any moisture, but it does the job. It really does work well. Kevin Scott says he thinks that the 645 is pretty good for the money. I'll have to check that one out. I'll add that to my list. There's going to be a big list. How are the UA shoes powered? I don't know, Ben. I need to do some investigation into how it works. I really don't know. I have no idea how it works. I should do, really. I'm not going to be cutting them in half or anything like that, though, because I just can't do that to a shoe that's kind of usable. I chopped up the old Pegasus 35s, but they were, pretty much done in by that point. Robin says Amsterdam's awesome, so he got a PB there last year. Yeah, I'd love to do that one. That'd be a great race. Really want to go back to Holland at some point. I'd like to just go somewhere, that's just not here. Obviously, everyone's having to stay a bit closer to home right now. I know you can travel, but I don't think anyone's really happy travelling right now. You want to be able to go and enjoy things, Crespin Gricko's on the coffee. Lots of coffee. Kevin Scott says Edinburgh Marathon, largely downhill. Sounds good to me. Steve A says Garmin site lets you do a comparison. Steve, you're always giving me good, useful advice. I'm going to go and check that out. These 3 models there do music. Yeah, music be a good thing. Although no music today. It was just thoughts, just the mind today. I think that helped a little bit, Sometimes music can take over a little bit. It can take over your cadence. It can push you in perhaps places you don't want to go. I think it was better not having the music today. Scott Wiggins. He's just done 18 miles in the Tempo Next straight out of the box. Yeah, that shoe's working out for a lot of people now. People are getting them, and it's actually really working for some people. I really flexed mine right at the front, Scott, just to sort of loosen them up a bit, and that seemed to really help. But I'm glad they're working out for you straight out of the box. That's good news. Go slow to go fast. Maybe not enough room to though hold 26.2 miles a day. Maybe that's what the problem was. I don't know. Tara said, "Do I swim or cycle?" I haven't. There's nowhere really to swim right now. I mean, the swimming pool's open, but I'm kind of avoiding those type of places really. With my main job, where I'm a teacher, I am around a lot of people when I'm teaching, or even though we're socially distanced and there's masks and all that stuff. And then the other half, I'm doing stuff from remotely. So I do try and sort of avoid places where there's lots of people indoors, and that's kind of one of the things I avoid at the moment. I mean, I could do some more cycling, I guess. That would be a good thing to do. Although I need to get a bike which has another wheel, because the one I have is missing a wheel right now. That'd be a good thing to fix. If you do multi-sport... Oh, okay. So I was saying go for the 245. I'm just doing running. Otherwise, go for something bigger if I'm doing multi-sport. Interesting. Taking this like a champ. I'd be crying. I want to cry. It's what happened. I can't change it now. Scott Wiggins says, "Give Tempo Next Sprint another go. Brilliant shoe head." Yeah, I love mine. I think about 40 miles, something like that now. I'll still be using them again. Probably have an easy day tomorrow. Very, very easy. Super easy, in fact. I'll give these another go. They're nice and heavy. They'll slow me down. That'll be nice. Slowly catching up here. Prime Blue for both. Oh, sweet. Okay, so they're both. Yeah, I'm sorry, Amado. There is a bit of a delay. There's just so many comments. So I was trying to work through them. There was just so many there. They really are looking really nice. I think it was the SL 72. I think was the one. That was a beautiful shoe. Mane Vitamin from Denmark. Hello, thanks for tuning in. Any experience with Under Armour Hover Infinite? No, I've not tried that one out. There is a couple of other shoes on the way actually, but I'm going to keep stum about that one. Actually, I think there might be somebody in the chat that knows about one of them. So don't mention it. Don't mention it. We'll keep stum on that one. Scott says doing Amsterdam Lanzarote is a good one out and back. Oh yeah, Lanzarote would be nice. Rob Rutherall says he listens to drum and bass. Oh, Andy C. I'll tell you, I remember Andy C. Sound Control from back in the 90s. Oh man, that was a great tune. Sound Control. We control the sound. That was a good tune. Tim Platt, talking of music, can I ask what your favourite album would be to listen to while running? I really like the Strokes' latest album for running right now, or Tame Impala's most recent album. That's a really good one for running. Just some nice paces. If I want to go fast, the Ramones. That works really well. Kevin Scott was listening to Run and Bass. 170 to 175 today. Yeah, that's the thing. Where we got into the later 90s and the noughties, the drum and bass got faster and faster. Back with the sort of jungle days when you had things around about 155, 165 was probably the upper limit there in terms of beats per minute. It was a little easier to run slower then, maybe. Yeah, audiobooks, Chris. That's a good one. I think perhaps for long runs, yeah, an audiobook might be quite nice actually. Like say, you can zone out and sort of take in that stuff. You can probably learn some stuff as well. You could get an audiobook of something you're trying to improve, maybe get some strengthening stuff, getting rid of some of your weaknesses, that sort of thing. That'd be cool. CCG Social says picked up the Speed, Next Percent, and the Alphas recently. 2020 has had some good points. Yeah, there's been some great shoes. You know, the Speeds have been a big highlight there, I think. The Fuel Cell RC Elite as well for me. I really like that shoe. Really great shoe. To let you guys know something that we've got on the back, well, on the burner at the moment, in the frying pan. There's four of us YouTubers. We're looking to do the ASICS Ekiden in November. So I've been getting a little team together. So we've got Kafuzi, the FOD runner, and Emily Heller, including myself as well. So I think we've got a team of four there. We're going to do the ASICS Ekiden. So look out for that. Some more info on that in the near future. Should be a lot of fun. I'm not sure. It might be quite good to do it like a sort of YouTubers assemble sort of thing. I don't know who would be which sort of Avenger though. I don't know. I'm not sure who I'd be. I think I'm more Spider-Man, I think, than anybody. Or maybe Doctor Strange, you know. Although I wouldn't want to dress up as Doctor Strange and run. You know, got the cape and just looks a bit heavy, you know. Be too heavy. What's that, Rob? A penny farthing? I'm not sure what's going on there. Yeah, I've got the Baywatch t-shirt on because it was the first one that I found in the drawer. It's kind of how it run today, really. Christmas says, how is Beast doing? Beast is good. I don't know where Beast is right now. It was probably going to come and find me some food in a moment, I would assume. Prakar Verma says, hi from California. Love the channel. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. No Outfly Kenya today in the UK. No, I think there was some sort of... You had to run... Yeah, Rob's put there, you had to run a fast 1.59 miles to have a chance of getting one, which is kind of odd. It's a really odd thing. I'm not sure about that. I think they kind of maybe limited the desire of people to get that shoe as well by saying that there's going to be this pink version as well, you know, with the Vienna sort of style colourway. Prakash says, have I tried the En Route 3 from Salming? No, I've not tried that one. I haven't tried any Salming stuff actually. It might be worth doing some more traily stuff as the winter appears soon. I got some trail stuff to get through. We've got the Torrent 2, and also, I'm not entirely sure where it is right now. It's around somewhere. The Innovate, the G270s as well. I really want to get back out in those. Those are such a comfortable trail shoe. I really like the looks of that one as well. It's a beautiful shoe in hand. It looks really nice. Have I done any more runs in the Fuel Cell RC Elite? Yeah, I did another 10 miler. Oh, thanks, buddy. I'm glad you enjoyed the channel, Kev. You've been watching for a long time. I really appreciate your support and your advice as well. I know I've said that before. I really do appreciate it. I don't think my views have changed really on that shoe. Aside from the ability of the upper to soak up quite a lot of moisture, I love everything about it. It's just such a great shoe. It really is up there, right at the top. Joe, there's been quite a few times where I've found myself air drumming to stuff as well. Lesky says, hello from North London. Awesome. Oh, people are liking the sound of the Ekiden team lineup. What was my first ever running shoe? The Pegasus, was it the TW? There was like a blackout version of a really early Pegasus. This would have been maybe like 2000. No, sorry, 95, 96 maybe. I'll try and find a picture of it. Put it in the next blog for you. What's going to be the Ekiden team name? I don't know. I'm going to have to consult the peeps for that one and see what we can come up with. Kev says it's pronounced like Phoenix. Okay, that's better. Phoenix from the Flames. Kevin Scott says if you're doing Ekiden, you have to read Way of the Runner. Oh, okay. I'll have to check that one out. Cobud Helford. Cobud Helford. Kind of like that. Mike T's in the house. He says, "Evening, Ed. How you doing, Mike?" Run off. That's quite humorous. It was always about the Hoff for me, though. Have I retired the New Balance Speed Drift? No, I haven't retired that shoe. I'm going to give it another whirl. I think once the legs recover a little bit, I'll give it another bash and see if I can get something going. Striot says, "Am I sitting or standing?" I am standing, but I've got to be honest. Yeah, the legs are starting to get a bit tired now. They're starting to get a little tired. I'll be all right. Once I've had some pizza, I'll be fine. Amado says, haven't trail run in my ultras yet. Doesn't seem it could run road run. Yeah, I'll tell you, the midsole in the Innovate G270s and the outsole, it's just a great shoe on trail, on road, anything in between. It was just one of those shoes. I felt like I could have run a, like a 10k. I could have just run and ran in that shoe. I need to get it back out. James says, yo. Just got a few more moments, guys. I don't know if Kafuzi's doing a live stream today, but I don't want to sort of cut into his time at all. So we will draw things to a close shortly. Taco says, Edward, great effort. Enjoyable enough to do another one next year. Oh, definitely. Maybe in a few weeks I'll have another bash and see how we go. James says, plan to sign up to a proper physical race is coming soon. Yeah, I'd love to do a proper physical race. There's not an awful lot going on here in the southwest of the UK right now, and I think the issue is that there's talk of more lockdowns and things like that, so it's tough trying to sign up for something, and is it going to happen? It's difficult to say right now. So I'd love to do something else though in the future. Ben Y says, have I looked at any Topo shoes? No, I haven't actually. That's another brand I need to explore a little bit. Like Mizuno, that's a brand I need to explore a little bit. And Skechers too. Those are two brands that I need to explore a little bit. Cheers for a great end to the weekend. No worries, Rob. Thanks for tuning in. Robin says, thanks for the stream, rest up. I'm going to do some serious resting now. Yeah, I expect I'm going to feel the marathon tomorrow morning. I'm going to do a little bit of rolling on the old foam roller and just some stretching, just some dynamic stretching, just to keep things limber as much as I can. Right, you guys, I'm going to draw this one to a close. Thanks all of you for tuning in. I do appreciate it. I hope you've all had a fantastic weekend. I will see you in the next video or the next live stream. Please stay safe out there, guys, and enjoy your running. My name's EDDBUD, and I'll be seeing you.